but I'll tell you about it in a second. Every time I go to change my doona cover, I'm always like, which way does the doona go? Does it go this way? Does it go this way? So today, I got a Sharpie and I wrote the word pillow and an arrow pointing up just to save my brain from having to work out which way the doona needs to face. So I'll finish making my bed and then we'll have a chat. Good morning, everybody. So, I always have to do that big exhale after I make the bed because otherwise I feel like I've never caught my breath. But hello and welcome to winter, officially in Melbourne, Australia. So today is a cold, windy and wet day. So apart from changing my bed sheets and showing you my little trick on the orientation of the doona, I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about decluttering and the whole how do we go from having our cupboards, shelves, drawers, everything full to getting rid of the stuff. So for the purposes of YouTubing and wanting to kind of encourage and show other people how I do things, this is just going to be one method, all right? It's just one method that I'm going to share with you that I've been kind of utilizing, doing. I'll just show you. So, I have this ginormous noise-making crinkly bag full of stuff. And if you've seen other videos of mine, you will see that I have this ultimate goal to completely go through my entire house and declutter and organize the entire house. The very end goal is to have rooms decorated nicely and holes patched in walls and painted and all the rest of it. But I have 10 children at home with me all the time. I don't have babysitters, I don't have a husband at home. I have a husband who leaves the home to go to work, but mostly it's just me and the kids at home every day. So to make it manageable, I thought to myself, maybe if I had some kind of big bag, I could just chuck everything in, especially, like I said, while I'm filming stuff and sharing things with you guys. So I had bought the vacuum seal bags. I bought a couple of them from the reject shop, and I don't recommend them because they fail and they don't vacuum seal. But I'd held on to them because I was kind of like, I don't want to just throw them out. So here's where my plan comes into play. So I have the huge bag, right? And there's different things that I don't want anymore. And I'll show you a few examples. I have obviously a growing family and, you know, styles change and sizes change. So a lot of the things that I often declutter are items that no longer fit my children. And because I have like older girls and then boys and then younger girls, I often now don't see the point in saving clothes for more than 2 years, just with the thought that maybe they'll fit into the younger children. So a lot of that stuff is the stuff that seems to just cycle out of the house. But there's other things that occasionally leave, like this. This is a Lego bracelet thing, a gimmicky thing, because I bought these from my girls for their stockings. It's like, oh, this is a good stocking filler. And I think this is now the final bracelet out of the 4 that I bought that has come to me with the message of, I don't want this. So I'm gonna be giving this away probably on my Buy Nothing group. Or I'm not sure. But this kind of thing I don't just chuck in one of those donate bins that you find at shopping centers, because it'll end up falling apart and messy and just end up in landfill anyhow. So if I can find an actual new home for these type of items, that's like a better solution. A fancy pinstripe shirt for my non-fancy, non-pinstripe wearing shirted husband. A chamois, a cleaning cloth that was just left with us. So whoever owned this before just decided they didn't want it, and we're like, we'll give it to this family. And we have enough cleaning cloths and stuff like that, so I just don't need this. But this will probably be going in one of those bins that's specifically designed for fabrics and clothing and stuff like that. This one's a hard one because I really don't know what to really do with this, so it's probably going to go into one of those textiles recycling thingamajiggers, something like that. But this is a pillowcase that I love, but it is so see-through and it's simply not suitable anymore because it's just gonna like rip like an old man's pants or something. Can you hear the rain? It's really raining out there. So what I've put in the bag is anything that we decided we just don't want anymore. I pile all the things into the bag kind of in one go. And then after 2 weeks, so yes, it's 2 weeks of kind of discomfort, because I know there are items in there that I want to specifically give to friends or family that want the item. That's a very key thing to remember. I need to separate and sort things out. So I will do that. I will sort the things into the different piles of where they need to go. Then I will appropriately talk loudly over the rain and dispose, donate, re-gift those items. And then I fold up my vacuum seal bag again, and it goes in a little basket in my closet because I'm still doing the whole house declutter. So that's like, it's a whole house. And although we've streamlined a lot, I'm sure like once I get to the little kids' room or other children's rooms, that there's going to be clothes that they've worn out or outgrown, or they don't want anymore. So I'm going to use my bag again. I'm going to have my bag system where over the course of 1 to maximum of 2 weeks, I see if I can fill that whole bag up and then distribute and get the items out. So even though it's a rainy day today, I'm hoping that I will be able to deal with those items and be able to report back to my lovely friends on the internet that the items have actually gone to appropriate homes. In between looking after somebody who doesn't feel so good today, I have dumped everything out on the bed. They're either going to have to go to the bin, rehomed, donation bin, or like specific people, which is kind of all rehomed, isn't it? It's just different homes. And my room isn't occupied during the day by anyone, so I can leave the stuff just dumped on the bed so I can get to it as I'm able. Like I said at the beginning, this is just one method of decluttering, which is grabbing a huge bag and just loading everything in it. And then when you have time, tip the bag out to make the rain. It's raining. Lots of rain. This is going to be my first step. My first step is just dividing out the clothing, which is going to go straight to a clothing donation bin. The second step is going to be pulling out the few items that are going to specific people and then making a plan, contacting that person to get the items to him. And then I have my bag and it'll be folded up and packed away for my next round of decluttering. And here's my little disclaimer. So if you've never seen any video of mine before and you have no idea who I am, I have been streamlining and decluttering and sorting out my house starting way back in 2014. So I don't still have ginormously huge piles of things. Some of these things are just stuff that I finally sort of thought, we don't need it anymore. So I'm letting it go.
Hey.
Do you want to hop up?
Yeah.
Yep. With my rustling bag behind me, I actually, in about 5 minutes, not rushing with the baby around, sorted everything out. So I've put all of the clothing items in a bag ready for the bin that's for clothing donations. I have this big blanket that I'll be giving to my friend who he knows or works in conjunction with, oh, now I can't remember the name, Stable One. And he will be able to actually get that woolen blanket to someone who is in a fragile housing situation that needs a little bit of extra warmth in their life. And I won't drop you. Oh, I'm sorry. I won't drop you. Was that scary? Oh, I'm sorry. Then I have stuff that's straight for the trash, so it's just not really suitable for anything, and you know, like if it's underwear that's being used, it's just gonna go in the trash. I also have towels, so I recently replaced all of our towels after many years. And then just a few miscellaneous things, like a backpack we don't need, and like a little mini cross stitch that we were given that none of us are interested in doing. And I can continue on with my merry life. That's just one method. Collecting all the things that you don't want, chucking them in one big huge bag, and then when you have time, sitting down and making a pile of this goes here, this goes here, this goes in the trash, this goes wherever. Then appropriately distribute those things and then restart on filling your bag up again. My plan is actually to get to the point where we're just really at like a maintenance level and that I don't have big huge things to donate. Obviously, the big pile of the towels takes up a fair amount of room. But other than that, I don't want to continue to have the back of the van loaded with tons of donations. I hope that my video has encouraged you to find appropriate homes for the things that you no longer want to have, and that you have some kind of plan that means that the things you no longer want get out of your house. Because that's the end goal, really, when you're decluttering, is that the things you no longer want go. But I will say, there's one thing here that I'm actually glad I didn't get around to donating, and this is a fitted cot sheet. And I still have 2 children still in cots, so I think I was a little bit overzealous with not having extra fitted cot sheet. So this is going back in the bedroom and will be used because I'm currently washing someone's sheets today. So it just showed that having this extra would be very handy for us. But other than that, revisiting the bag, I haven't actually dragged anything out for it to come back into the house. So wherever you are, I hope that you're well. I wonder if you have crazy rainy, wintry weather today, or if you have beautiful, sunshiny, green grass, blue sky weather, wherever you are. I'll see you in the next video, and happy winter, which, does that mean it's happy summer for people on the other side of the world? Winter has arrived, and I'm here for it. I love winter. I love the fact that it's not hotter than the center of the sun like it can be in the summertime. So I will enjoy my day with my family, and hopefully this little guy feels better soon, and I'll see you in the next video.